I'm Dan Galusha and welcome to another edition of Shootin' Plink. We're going to be talking about this card here that I'm just using. It's called a Gorilla card, and it definitely has some disadvantages. I thought this thing was really going to be great from around here. Well, at least it got all this stuff up the hill, and you know, I've got tons of stuff because I try to do more than one video here, but we have got a steep hill without a doubt, which in fact, I'll take you over there to see it right now. For those of you who have watched Shootin' Plink, you know what we have around here. Now, that's the hill that I just came up. You can see the back of the vehicle way down there, and that's where I pulled this cart. It's got a problem, which I'll tell you here when we get back up and I start showing you a few things about it. We've got hills like that all over here. You know, up the 50-yard range again. If you've watched Shootin' Plink, you know what we have. I mean, this is all hills in here, hills and wooded land, so it makes it kind of a different type of a shooting range. But anyway, we're going to talk about this. Coming up that hill, I'm not sure how many times the front wheels were actually on the ground. That's right. It's almost like having a two-wheel cart. In fact, you'd probably do better off with a good two-wheel cart than this when you're doing this sort of terrain. Another problem is depending on how you turn this, and there's no brakes, so you gotta watch out that it don't start rolling away on you. But this, you turn it the wrong way, this whole load will tip over. It's sitting so high up, and it's supposed to be 800-pound capacity. I'm not really too sure about that. In fact, I'd hate to pull 800 pounds in this thing. We'll unload this, and I'll show you how you do the sides. That's not too bad. We'll get rid of some of this. And like I said, I've got everything on here, all my guns, the whole works and that, and I'm going to unload this, and then we'll be right back. Okay, I'm finishing unloading. I got my shooter's bag here. Put that up there on that table. And of course, you'll be seeing that in a little while in another video. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you just how, and I'll bring it up this way. And I'll make sure that I get the camera around here right, and I'll show you how you put these sides on. It's, I'll get you down here. Now you can see the cart, pretty good. And you take these, this is what locks them down. And I'll take them off of here, you can see what it's like, take them off. Then I'll put them back on and show you how you do that. You just do it in reverse order in a way, except that there is a little bit of a trick on it. Okay, I'm going to leave these two on because I'm going to show you what you do. When you put this together, the easiest way to do it is to put two sides, one end and one side at the same time. And you want to make sure this is flipped up. It has to be flipped up. And I'll show you better up there on that side. Like this, drop it in place. Okay, it's holding that. That's what you want to do. Let's put this side on, and I'll get it held, and there's some slots. You want to make sure, you see how these are bent out right here? Bring it up close to you. See how that's bent outward? Okay, you want to make sure it goes in just like that. If it don't, it won't fit right. So you stick one in there, one in that slot, bring it up, take this, pull it around, and drop it in place. Now with this end, I'll show you a little bit more of how to do that. This one, you're right here. Now you can't just put it simply like that because it has to be brought up. Just like this. And this thing here has to fit right into that slot that was there and drop it down like that. Same thing over here. Put it like that, drop it down. Now, that's ready to go. So that's no big deal. Now, like I told you, the big problem with this thing is when you're towing it. Because as you pull this, that weight, I don't know, there's something about it, the handle, maybe it needs to be longer, we don't know, but you constantly coming up a hill like that with stuff, you are absolutely constantly doing this. And you're wheeling it just on the back wheels. Maybe not that drastic, but I have had some spots where it has been. Now when I take my targets up to the 50-yard range, the hills even get a little bit steeper than that in some locations, and it's much more wooded. And I've cleared this out. If you watch that one video that I just recently did, you can see where I was clearing it out, and that's one reason I was. But would I recommend this cart? Maybe for somebody who's just pulling around a flat yard, something like that. And even then, watch out, depending on how your load is. Say you put a bunch of potting soil and that in with the bags setting up this way, and you make a little bit too tight of a turn, good thing those bags or good chance those bags are going to be on the ground, the cart's going to be turned over. I don't know, it's just up too high or something anyway with it. It's just not what it should be. Am I going to keep it? Yeah, probably. Too much trouble sending it back. And I'll probably use it here, because at least I was able to transport everything in one shot up the hill here to do this. It's rare for me to give products a bad reputation, as far as, or a bad rating, I should say. But this gorilla cart just, to me, at least for my use, my purposes. I won't say for everybody's purposes. You can see what the cart's like, you can see what it does. It does have tube tires, so that you got that. I do have them inflated properly. Perhaps it would work better if I deflated them. I don't know. But in my case, if you're going to be into any sort of a wooded area like this, because if you hit a stick, now there's the problem too. You hit a stick or a place where I've cut a stump off, and I cut my stumps down low, and that hits a bump, the whole thing starts to do this. And if you got a load in there, look out. I mean, it'll bounce around okay if it's empty, but you know, you're not going to be towing that thing around just for the fun of it empty. Going down the hill, with all that weight in it, of course, there's nothing that, you know, you can do with any cart for that. The best thing to do then is to grab it here, point the rear end down, and then do it. But I have done that, and again, it's off the ground like this, and I'm basically using a two-wheel cart. So anyway, like I said, there's pros and cons to this. Sides are easy to put on, as you can see. It makes it good for storage that way, because I'm able to store it here. Take the sides off, they come off and on quick enough, as you can see. So that works too. But anyway, we're going to get to some shooting videos. I just wanted to fill you in on this cart because it is being used for shooting Plink, and that's what we've got. So until next time, shoot safe and have a great day of plinking.